Hi again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of RV Business Capital Talk, sponsored by Excel, also available in a podcast format. I'm Rick Kessler with RV Business. With me, as always, Sherman Goldenberg from RV Business. And joining the two of us this afternoon, Mary Pouliot and Laura Petee from Thetford. Mary, of course, is the Executive Vice President of the Americas. She's also chair of the RV Technical Institute. And Laura is in charge of, let me get this right, aftermarket sales, marketing, and product development.
Correct.
That's a mouthful. Well, thanks very much for joining us. And really the one topic we wanted to start off with right off the bat was congratulations. Thetford is celebrating its 60th anniversary this year.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
It started 60 years ago. Frank Sargent and his two sons in I guess it was their garage in Thetford Township, which is just outside of Flint, Michigan. Mm-hmm. Either one of you, but the story about why they started Thetford is kind of interesting. Basically, they wanted a better toilet, right?
You know, the first product that they actually brought to market was the Slide Easy valve for the RV holding tank. So that's what they were, they were really disappointed with that performance. Yeah. And so going from there, they went from the valve to the low water use RV toilet, and then toilet tissue and some chemicals. And then it's just continued on as we've acquired more companies and grown over the years.
To the point now where it's a worldwide company, 7 manufacturing locations, 4 countries, about 1,200 people or employees, and still headquartered in Michigan, although Ann Arbor now.
Yes. We still bleed a little green and white, though. Just want to make sure we put that out there.
Well, I appreciate that.
Never mind.
Oh, no.
So the toilets are still, you would consider your primary product, but it's a whole lot more than just that. Maybe if you don't mind going into what some of what most people are going to know Thetford and Norcold for.
Yeah, I would say the toilets probably are the number one thing manufactured here. But along with that, we want it to be known for sanitation. So, that encompasses more than toilets. We have a chemical line, we have a hose line, we have a tote tank line. So everything encompassing the whole sanitation arena for RVing you can get from Thetford. Toilet tissue, I think Laura mentioned as well. I mean, there's a lot of things. We talk a lot of toilets here. We talk a lot of, I would say the word, but we're going to be good.
You're number one and number two.
Exactly.
But that's, let's not forget the Norcold side of things as well, right, Laura?
Yeah, so we acquired Norcold in the 90s and have continued to kind of grow and evolve that business. And we're excited to have that as part of the portfolio. And when you think about the most important parts of a home or your home on wheels, it's your kitchen and your bathroom, right? And so we play right there in those most important parts that make that experience as enjoyable as possible.
Okay. And last but not least, B&B molders.
Yes.
A lot of for mostly replacement parts, correct?
Absolutely. Well, actually, no, they have a lot of the OEM space too, as well. Okay. And then for aftermarket, definitely the replacement parts for that.
Norcold has been in the news because of a recent move, correct?
Yes, we've consolidated manufacturing for gas absorption refrigerators.
Where?
We are doing it in Europe.
Oh, okay.
In our facility in the Netherlands.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Rick. It's kind of cool. We still have design and engineering responsibilities here in the U.S. and then we partner with our teams in the Netherlands to make sure that we bring the user experience and the user needs from the U.S. over into that manufacturing and created that efficiency where they had capacity.
So 60th anniversary, from what I understand, you guys have some plans on celebrating that this year?
Absolutely. We kicked it off with our employees a few weeks ago at our town hall, and then we shared it again with our media partners. Thank you for putting that out there for us. And we plan on continuing it through our social media channels, through employee events, and then we'll probably take it all the way out to the distributor shows later in the year as well.
Any like specially badged 60th anniversary toilet paper?
I don't know if we'll go that far, but there may be some swag out there that we'll share with some folks.
Very good, very good. Well, let's bring us up to speed. Let's shift gears just a little bit. Let's talk about the market in general, for Thetford in particular. How are things shaping up for you guys?
Things are going well. It's that time of year where, we're all looking to see what's going to happen. The new numbers were released from RVIA, I think on Wednesday. We predicted some of this coming. I think a lot of people did at the end of last year, and we're putting in, the appropriate actions to mitigate any of the risk that's coming with the market that we're all feeling right now. And this market's it's popular. It's not going anywhere. We've done this. I've been in the industry 17 years. This is my third downturn, and we always come out the back end better than we did started, and much higher. So we just all have to hang on and get through it, and I think we'll be better for it.
Sherman, did you have a question?
Well, really, it had to do with Michigan State.
And how awesome Michigan State is?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I guess that was a good way of describing the realities of today in this market in the United States, for that matter, in Europe. But basically, you're looking over the top of it is the message, and on the assumption that normalcy returns at some point in history here.
Absolutely, it does. Do we think we're going to get to those super high numbers really fast? Probably not as quick as COVID took us there, but I absolutely believe that the trend will continue upwards.
Laura, let's segue from that right into the aftermarket, because conventional wisdom is that the aftermarket ought to be pretty solid market, at least this year, if not going forward.
Good point.
Yeah, no, I actually feel really lucky that I've got aftermarket in my title right now. All my conversations with my distributor partners and the retailers, everybody is cautiously optimistic, but optimistic. And when you look at the numbers coming out from the government and the retail numbers and everything that's happening, things are positive. People are still spending. And, we're expecting the aftermarket to stay steady or grow. And I think it's a tribute to our 60-year history and those strong relationships that we have that, as I'm talking to our partners, they're excited to be partnering with us and moving forward. And I say they're cautiously optimistic, but the optimism keeps peaking out more and more.
Well, we were at several shows together, most recently NTP Stag out in Denver. Mm-hmm. And boy, that sure seemed to be the prevailing sentiment there from the dealers in attendance was they're loading up. They were ordering pretty good because they were expecting that uptick as well.
Yeah. So people are, the camping numbers alone, the number of people that camped in January, February, winter camping was huge already. So we just continue to see those numbers climb, with the consumers and the end users using the products. As units turn over, all those types of things, people come in and out. What are they going to do? They're going to change their toilets. They're going to, they're going to want to make sure that those creature comforts are there for them, and we're perfectly positioned for that.
Have you guys, from your vantage point, seen any product trends, RV product trends worth commenting on? Strong enough that you anticipate in the next year or two to really see a mark in this industry from them? Towable, motorized.
Well, you guys are all in on the 12-volt refrigerators, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would say maybe on the electric vehicle side, I think, as that becomes more popular, I think there's going to be trends there, and we're all going to, DC refrigerators happens to be probably something that's going to go very nicely with that trend.
Yeah.
And we're in that market. And I think there's going to be more that changes because of electric vehicles. And as time goes on, we're all going to, work together to make those things happen for the vehicles.
We were on a call this morning with our European partners, and we were talking about some of the trends in sanitation as well, and looking at our numbers for cassette toilets and how much cassette toilets have really grown, and understanding that that B-van market is still incredibly strong, and people are really excited about those small units too. And us having those cassettes and those options, you know, we didn't mention it earlier, but you know, people use porta potty kind of like they use Kleenex, right? We have the patent on. It's our trademark. Porta potty is us. And so when you think about the porta potties and the cassettes, I think that's really a big opportunity on the sanitation side for us as well.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead, Sherm.
Well, dare we take a sidestep and look at RVTI here for a moment?
Well, that's what I was going to do too. And it's Mary, as we mentioned, is the chair of RV Technical Institute. Like Aftermarket, service and repair is expected to do some good business here going forward. Mary, how about an update from you on the RVTI initiatives that are going on?
Yeah, so RVTI, I mean, again, we all know service and training is probably one of the most important endeavors for this industry, because with so many people in the industry, it's needed. So RVTI, I mean, we just had our strategy session, gosh, mid-February. I don't remember the exact date. So work through our 2023 and beyond, you know, solidifying 2023 goals and really looking 3 to 5 years beyond and what this industry is going to need around service and training. And I think, you know, we stuck with that mantra around recruit, train, and certify. I mean, that's the importance. And Kurt and his team have done a fantastic job since RVTI opened to now, really developing some great training. They had to pivot really quickly on how the methods came out because of COVID. You know, you're not doing in-person training with COVID, so the delivery methods have increased, and the amount of trainings increased, and the amount of people that they're recruiting outside of this industry is I mean, the numbers are great. I mean, and we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to recruit outside the industry and bring people into this great industry we all enjoy, and then also do the training and certification for those folks. So we're going to solidify those goals here shortly. I was just reading an email from Kurt on that, and then continue on with a future look on what the industry holds for this.
Bottom line.
Go ahead, Rick.
Well, the bottom line on RVTI, from what I'm hearing, is it's fulfilling its mission. It's hitting its goals.
Yes, absolutely. It's, I mean, I've been in training and education in the industry since I started, and I just look where we were back 17 years ago to now. We have a technical institute around RV service. I mean, that in training, that's crazy. I mean, it came and they are definitely, you know, what is it? If you'll build it, they will come. And that's kind of what happened. So really proud of that whole team and everything that Kurt and his team have done.
How many years since it launched at this point?
It was prior to COVID. So what was that, 2019? I think we're on the whole COVID year kind of blurs out for me. So I think just over 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
It's a bold initiative for this industry, what you're saying.
Yeah. And you know, one thing that I really have to say is sitting through the strategic session and even the board meetings is the fact that there's representation from all areas of the industry. So it's not just suppliers, it's not just OEMs, it's not just dealers, it's everybody coming together for this purpose and understanding that we all own it, and it's not just one area that owns it, and getting aligned as a whole has been huge.
Very good. Very good. Sherman, anything else?
I'd like to say something at this point, very intelligent, but apparently I don't have anything of any real intelligence to bring to the table at this point. Rick, you ready to take her away?
Yeah, thank you very much, Laura, Mary, very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you again to RVBusiness for their continued sponsorship. Sherman, as always, a pleasure.
I think that's the extent of my contributions here. I'll shut the hell up at this point.
Ladies, thank you again.
Thank you
You're welcome. Enjoy the snow tomorrow.